Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with your daily advice for July 31st, 2017. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope everyone has had a nice weekend. And I do apologize for being a little late with posting the video. So let's just jump in, have a look at what the energies are for us today, what we need to know about these energies in order to use them for our highest good. And remember, since we are looking at energies, these will play out in different ways for different people. So try to keep an open mind and take away the message of the reading and then apply it to your own situation if you feel that it helps with what you're dealing with. So the first card that we have representing the influence of the past on our current situation, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So with the Nine of Pentacles here, this is talking about a completion. I think we had the Nine of Pentacles in a previous reading talking about something that was coming to conclusion, something that was coming full circle. We were very happy about this. We were very happy about how things played out. We did a lot of work. We invested a lot of time, energy, and resources into this situation, and we did get a happy conclusion to the situation. We got potentially rewards. We got return on investments, or we just had that sense of satisfaction, of deep satisfaction of, hey, I did it, I finally made this happen. Okay, and this is where we're coming from. We experienced this kind of happy completion energy a little while ago, or a longer time ago. It's going to be different for everyone. As a result of that, we have the Queen of Swords in today's energy. So with the Queen of Swords in today's energy, this is all about information and receiving. Either receiving news that what we completed is a success, or receiving news that we're going to be rewarded from what it is that we completed. Receiving news in terms of feedback. Okay, if this is something that we had to submit or apply for and pay for, receiving news from that in terms of how things are going, in terms of anything that we may get out of it, in terms of anything else that we may need to do with it. It's all about receiving communication and receiving wisdom, okay, for us today with the Queen of Swords. There will be an action for us to take based on the information we receive. So for today, we are asked to pay attention, to be open to receiving messages and guidance. And then think of it in terms of, okay, how can I use this? Okay, because there will be information coming our way. There will be answers coming our way. And whether that information is something we wanted to hear or something we didn't really want to hear, there will be a use for that information in our lives, in our projects, that is going to turn out to be beneficial. Okay, so ultimately, it's going to be good news. Okay, even if it's something we didn't want to hear, we can use that information and ultimately it is good news. Okay, that's what I'm getting with the Queen of Swords here. We have to be discerning and we have to control our emotions, because again, even if we do hear something that we really wanted to hear, we can get overly excited and just go out and party or go out and celebrate ahead of time or before we should, and kind of lose the plot. Or again, if it's something we didn't really want to hear, we can dwell in that emotion of, this is not what I wanted to hear, this is not going the way I wanted to, and so on and so forth. And we could really waste a day in that kind of energy, where I'm really getting a strong sense of there's something we can do with the information we receive that's going to be for our advantage. Okay? And that's why it's important that we control our emotions. And we just receive the information, let it sit with us. You see what she's doing? She's just sitting back. She's receiving, she's waiting for the information, she's receiving the information, and she's sitting back so she's not agitated or overly excited. And then she has the sword ready to act on that information. Okay, so that's where we need to be. And then the energy that we're moving into tomorrow with, we have the Temperance card. So either restoring balance within our lives with that piece of information, or finding a new flow for things, finding a new project, or starting the search for a new project or something new that we could do to invest our time, energy, and resources into. The Temperance card here can also indicate a bit of a wait time Okay, so if we do receive some information and we're not sure how to handle it, or maybe it doesn't take us a few hours or even a day to figure out how we can use that information, maybe it takes longer. The Temperance card here says there may be a wait time, there may be a time for us to take our time to contemplate our options, to go back and forth on things within our own heads before we decide what we want to do about it, and we are comfortable enough with taking that action. It doesn't feel forced, it doesn't feel unnatural, okay? And that's the Temperance card. Mainly, it is an energy that talks about balance and restoring balance within our lives with that piece of information that's coming in. And it's also about, I'm getting karmic blessings with this as well. So the information we receive, it may be a test for some of us in terms of, okay, let's see if you've learned your lessons. Because what usually happens, we go through karmic lessons and then there's a test. Same as anything. There's a test. And that's where the universe can see, or our guides can see, did we really learn the lesson? Will we take a different course of action than what we would have done in the past? And a healthier one at that? Or are we just going to repeat the past, meaning we did not learn the lesson, meaning they have to give us the lesson again and make it a little bit more challenging and a little bit more difficult this time until we get it. And so it may be karmic tests going on here in terms of, yes, we've completed a phase. It took a lot of work and a long time perhaps, but we did complete it, okay? We did get that lesson. And we did finally feel a little bit more in control. And so for today, it's all about, okay, the Queen of Swords can be Justice here. What are you going to do about it? Here's some information. This is what happened, or anything. It can be anything. The information can be anything. What are you going to do about it? Or what are you going to do with the information? Are you going to jump back and do everything that you would have done in the past and just forget about all the lessons you've learned? Or are you going to try to stay calm, to control your reactions, your immediate reactions, because maybe we haven't had time to recondition, okay, so to speak, so that we can react without thinking in a better way than in the past. So maybe we still have the old reactions there, which is why it's very important that we stay calm and think things through and become aware of, okay, what am I feeling right now? Why am I feeling that? Is that necessary? Is there a better way? And so on and so forth. And then we decide to take action, okay? Or we decide with the Temperance card, we're going to take a higher road. We're going to be the bigger person. We're just going to focus on our spirituality. We're going to focus on ourselves and our development and continuing to raise our vibration and perhaps not get involved with unhealthy, imbalanced situations. Our guidance card is 67, physical activity. So with 67, that adds up to a 4 because it's 13, so it adds up to a 4. And what I'm getting with this is coming out of stagnation. Once again, there was something that we built, okay, with the 9 of Pentacles. There was a foundation that we built with the number 4 there as well. We solidified something, we learned a lesson, we felt stable, we felt more in control, and so we've reached that stability. And it turned into, or it's about to turn into, stagnation, where, okay, well, I'm happy here, I'm good, and then maybe we start focusing on other things that may distract our attention from the path that's better for us and that we've already started to walk. And so this is all about bringing us back to center. It's all about, once you've broadened your horizons and opened your mind to something, you cannot go back to the way it was before, okay? To the same way of seeing things, to the same way of understanding things, to the same way of reacting to things. Once we've really opened our minds and opened our eyes and hearts to a deep spiritual lesson, it does change our perspectives. It does change how we react to things. It does change how we process things. And we cannot go back, really. And so this says, no, you're on the right track. Keep going, keep that movement going, okay? Don't settle where you are. Don't feel like this is the best you can do. There's more, okay, and better and bigger things that you can do. and just keep that flow going. Just keep the flow going. Don't stagnate, okay? Doesn't mean go out and do stuff today just for the sake of doing stuff, but it does mean continue the pursuit that you have started. Continue this spiritual pursuit, or whatever the job or the project or the relationship is that gives you that spiritual connection and spiritual fulfillment. Continue on that path. You're on the right track. Keep going. Keep observing things, understanding and processing things, and then acting accordingly, following your guides, following the signs they give you, following the guidance that they're giving you, so that you do come to a place where you're comfortable, you're at peace, you're in control, you're in balance, you're going with the flow of things, you're feeling secure, you're feeling protected, enlightened, and at the same time, like, oh, there's so much more that I can do, and there's so much more that I want to do, and I want to continue growing, okay? Because we also have, so we have 3 women in the card, okay? We have the 9 of Pentacles, beautiful woman. We have the Queen of Swords, another beautiful woman. We have the Temperance card, another woman in this deck. And so there's a feeling of flow and receiving, okay, in terms of the energy surrounding us today. So we will be receiving, and the message is, again, don't stagnate in that energy. Don't get comfortable with just waiting and just waiting to receive. Take some action as well. Keep the flow going. Don't just receive, give back as well. So keep the flow of abundance going. If you're receiving things, make sure that you share. Make sure you give back what you can. Make sure you keep the flow of giving and receiving happening in your life, okay? But it's definitely saying now's not the time to settle down in terms of, okay, well, I'm just going to take a break from learning, and I'm going to take a break from studying, and I'm going to take a break from processing what's going on, and I'm going to take a break from my higher pursuits, and so on and so forth. We are receiving a lot of blessings, a lot of information today. That's a cat in the background. And it's all about, okay, yes, receive, but also act on it to keep it going, okay? So that's our message for today. I hope that it makes sense and that it helps. Let me know how this applies to you. If it does, let me know what it makes you think of, what's going on for you in your life with this energy. And again, I hope the message helps you with what you're experiencing. Thank you so much for joining me and for all your support. Your weeklies are out for this week. Your monthlies are out for August, so enjoy those. And I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Okay? Take care.